Margarita Guarino had a tough start to her life as a BWSL boss with a 5-0 defeat against Chelsea. And we are underway at the King Power. Louise Quinn alongside me for this one. And Louise, I think the first thing we'll have to do is try and work out exactly where everybody's playing on the pitch for this one. Cascarino has fortunately sorted out that earring issue that meant that she wasn't able to come on in the English game, didn't we, during that match?
Yeah, I never had that issue, never wore it.
Siren. Now across, now though it's with Leicester, they are bursting forward. Cuts in, pulled back to Williams. He's old now, which sounds young when you're the other side of it, but it still isn't young for a footballer, obviously. Siren. Out from Nystrom. Van der Leer. And now Ueki. Goals on their travels. Here, though, it's with Martinez. Chose to square the ball to pitch by Swaby, but pass back from Hanshaw. Assay with a really lovely looking cross.
Van der Leer, you know, she makes a good late run in.
Here it'll be lifted in again.
To play.
A Welsh international. The Leicester City goal. Forward from Ale to Neville. Run from O'Brien. Endo stands in her way. Little back heel. Could see what she was trying to...
Waiting for that run in. It's just finding that little step of space for Williams.
Just about kept in play. How easy is it to settle into a side? How tough is it as a new player, and maybe...
As we see, it can take sometimes months to really adapt to that, and you know, it's obviously on-pitch stuff and you know how a team plays, but it's...
Hanshaw plays it to Ueki. Now it comes back to Ueki. That is a shot on target, but nothing to trouble Clark in the Leicester goal.
Yeah, I just think at the moment they have...
Neville from Williams. Low-driven ball in. Oh, and Shemik had to stop that going in. Did she mean that? Even if she didn't, Ashley Neville very close to opening the scoring for Leicester at the King Power. Started with her throw-in, turned back to her by Rachel Williams. Here it's forward. It's Van der Leer who's racing up the pitch. Tries to play the ball to Assay. Janssen stayed with her, and it'll be Hanshaw, and it's straight in! West Ham take the lead with a Hanshaw free kick. Curled past the keeper to make it Leicester City 0, West Ham 1.
Wow, there drew them. So listen, that's just perfection from Hanshaw. Just whip. I think when you really try to pick someone out, you know, it makes it easy for Wiz. You know, no easy feat at all.
So Keys comes on as we head into a few last words for her team. Trina Gorey, and it will be Martinez to get this second half in field from Neville. And McLaughlin, the player who's dropped down. Have started to look a little bit tougher to beat, if not a side that will necessarily to Ale. Cross back in, comes down for a strike that went only a few inches, it feels like, wide from Sarah Mayling. There's more about Leicester, isn't there, at the start of the second half? Again, gets away from Vonderlehr. Well, she fancied something again there, Ashley Neville. She's already forced a save from the West Ham goalkeeper in this game. And Ashley Neville on. You can see where the ball has been for large parts of this second half as the cross bounces away off the head of Shannon O'Brien. Thumbs up from her for the ball in. And it was Williams who just looked up, and O'Brien racing forwards. And the ooze from the crowds as Tierney was clipped. Wasn't sure if in half at the moment. Real kind of positivity from Leicester as they try and get an equaliser, but now it is up the pitch. Ball finds a say, and she's being shut down as she shoots wide in the end. It will just take one moment, won't it? She actually quickly gets back to her feet as Leicester player cross in. It's Neville who was there to point to the spot.
No, there was no need, and that's when you just know there's no point trying to call for it. Yes, it was in.
And now Gori Ueki. There is a familiar face waiting to come onto the pitch for Leicester in a moment, but this is from Martinez! And West Ham have a second. Cutting in from the left-hand side. A brilliant strike to extend the Hammers' lead at the King Power. 63 is going to be replaced by Alicia Lehmann.
And drag them back into this game. You know, potentially takes maybe a little bit more of that pressure off, but I'm sure there'll be frustration from the Leicester players.
Lehmann was one of the players who was up there. Tierney for Leicester. Kane now was sort of Lellum from before, had a little spell in Italy. Yeah. Here. And field to Ueki.
Love to see it a little, you know, get it back to 2-1, 10, 15 minutes. This is actually their most comfortable stage of the game so far, in my opinion. I think they're, you know, trying to play a little bit more ball, feeling confident.
Now Neville to Lehmann. Was waiting up there. Lehmann as well for Leicester. Now forward to Ashley Neville, trying to hold off Yuendo, who got the last touch. Well, the expression of Ashley Neville will tell you that the referee has decided that's a goal kick.
Yeah, so she knows she has, you know, her back to goal. Can she either take that touch or...
Shaping to throw the ball on, but ended up going on somewhere else. Is here, it's a pass forward to Asai. And I think she was just...
Listen, they've dominated there.
Here it's with Mouchon. Lehmann's there! Leicester City might have a way back into this game. And it's a debut goal from Alicia Lehmann that gives the hope. Forward from Endo. Now with Ueki.